Greetings, my friends and my friendly silver lovers. Uh, this is Jimmy. It is the 19th of January, Martin Luther King Day. Um, I'm going to do a silver update. It's been a while. I've been intending to catch up and make a recording. So let me get my screen shared and we will fly into today's update. So we'll start with today. Last night, actually, the markets opened, I guess, in Asia, and gold is at. Let's take a quick pop over here. Hang on a minute. Let me figure out my logistics out here. Here we go. Uh, this is FinBiz Futures, the metals tab. Um, It's a nice thing to keep on your phone if you want to follow the price of gold. This is the daily chart. Obviously, this is the overnight session and today's activity. Gold is 46.77 and a half, and silver is 94.42. We are at new all-time highs, and I've created a spreadsheet that I'm trying to bring up here. Hang on a minute. I got it right here. I've created a spreadsheet with the gold silver, tracking the gold silver ratio to try to figure out where some kind of a top would land. And let me enlarge this 200%. So what I've done here is just started as of January 17th, yesterday. And I've created the spreadsheet where I have the price of gold going across here and the price of silver going across here. And I kind of setting an objective of a gold silver ratio of 20 would be the place where I would probably sell silver and go into gold in my accounts here. I'm mostly trading my IRA. I have a cash account as well, and the performance is just off the charts. So I'm watching for, a gold silver ratio. Um, if if today at $4,600, silver would have to be $230 to get to a gold silver ratio of 20. And the other marker point is the gold silver ratio. Silver would have to be at 150 with a nominal change to get into the 30s for the gold silver ratio. 4,800 bucks on gold gives you $160 on silver. So I've got this spreadsheet that I'll share with anybody that wants it. Just shoot me a text at 907-830-8198 with your email. That's probably the easiest way. 907-830-8198 with an email, and I'll send you this Excel sheet that you can use and play with as you like. On a straight, hang on, I lost myself here. On a straight linear type move, I just took each $100 increase in the price of gold, and then I took $10 and increased the price of silver. And you don't get to 30 until silver is 180 and gold is 5,500 bucks. And if we push this a little bit further, we come out here to get into the 25s on the gold silver ratio. Hang on, bouncing around here. To get into the 25s, we've got a gold price of 6,100 bucks and a silver price of, well, let's get over there. A silver price of 230. So I'm just doing this so it's a personal study so that I can actually really track this. And then I'm putting the actual tables from stock charts quotes or stock chart and running the actuals along this side. So I wanted to just share that. Today the gold silver ratio is at 49. Who knows where it's going to go, but this is going to be my guide when I start plugging in the real figures and see where we end up. Now, let's consider the idea that if this market really explodes, um, silver could be up $25 and be $120, and gold could go up a couple $100 pretty quick, and it puts us, in this range here, and I'll be tracking that. So we'll take a look at the charts. The Nasdaq is rallying here off these lows, but I want to go into the bigger charts. So let me start with gold, and I started to mark these charts up um, earlier today, and gold is really interesting because its move is quite muted. All right, so. This is April of last year. This is September, October, right in here. So I'm going to take and zoom in on this chart from back in August, which is really when the move started huge. But the price of gold, it followed. Everybody's talking about the cup and handles. So we thought this was a big, major top at the time. It looked just like, wow, we've really gone up a lot and we're really at the highs up here. And they're saying double top, it's going down. And luckily, I was able to actually use my true strength index and uh, determine pretty safe entry levels down in here for these two buy points, and even in here and also here we're just really good buy points for gold. And as you can see today's activity, um, we've got a little gap on the holiday and we're at or near new highs, and then I'm seeing a recent target of 48.18 on a Fibonacci extension for gold. So pretty exciting. On the silver chart, you can see this is the September, October double top. So you can see how gold or silver is hugely outperforming gold when we look at the two charts. So I'm going to zoom in again here from August. And the reason right now that we're in a pretty safe space on the silver chart is the true strength index. This is my personal little setup that I've been using for years. And this was a nice double bottom on the 4 hour. These were really safe places to enter. Then silver, broke out again, made another leg up and another double, bottom kind of thing. And then we're breaking out to new highs. So it looks like we shoot up, we consolidate, the indicator cools off, which is good, while the price goes sideways. So if we zoom in and take a closer look on the price of silver, this is a 4 hour chart. And this was a place that I was really concerned about and actually did do some selling when this got up in here. And luckily, I was able to buy back the AGQ at I don't know, some price here, 160s or something. We'll take a look at it here in a second. So from this point, If we want to draw an ABC measurement, let's do that. So I'm going to use I think this is already done, this ABC. Um, I guess what we would do is we'd look at this low right there. We would use this high just for grins. And then we would use these lows here. So here we are, 106, which is showing up as a target. And we're at 94, so another $10. Can you imagine if silver moves $10 in one day? Um, that would be where the COMEX is breaking completely. So I'm calling a pretty safe bet here to, literally just get into this if you don't have any. Uh, we are pretty confident that it's going to go up. Mo. And that has to do with supply demand issues. Um, and the physical market is taking over from the paper market. In Shanghai, silver's over $100 when you convert the to US dollars from the yuan or whatever they call it. So let's look at AGQ, my favorite and largest position. Looks pretty insane. This is a 2x leveraged ETF. I really don't have, this is the double top back in October. Um, Here's my price signal at 68. We're now up in we're going to be in the probably the 250s or 270s. We'll be up maybe $30. Could be a huge day, but luckily I've been able to hold on and ride these massive moves. I mean, this is from 194 to 217. So 20 to $20 moves in AGQ is a 10%. So silver is up like 6%. So this is going to be 12%, which puts us at when things open, probably up here in the 270s uh, areas on that one. That's a 4 hour chart. Well, let's take a quick look at the daily, um, even a 6 month daily. Uh, yeah, it's starting to look exponential, but they're all saying, hey, this is early in the move. And um, what's his name? Malone, I think, says that November was the first month, or December was the first month in what will be a 6 month move. So could silver make it to $1,000? I don't know, but it's worth playing. Um, all right, so let's change and look at the other couple things that I like to watch carefully. Um, let's go to, hang on a minute. Let's do the 180 day. Here again on AGQ, you can see the signal, it gives us these high readings, which are potential sell zones, but the corrections are muted. So in here, this is the 154. I think I'm in at about 167 here on a recent rebuying after some selling. I'm hell bent to hold now and just ride this as far as I can so that I don't have to buy higher and miss any up moves, um, which, this to me is not a trader's market. I think if you're following the Andy Scheckmans and Malone and all these guys that are on the podcast, um, they want you to hold. And as scary as it is, These, this true strength index gives me pretty good confidence that we've made a low here and we're probably going to make another leg up in the indicator. It may take some time, but it'll be worth it. Okay, so let's look at GDX, which is the gold miners index, which has to me is really lagging, and then these are supposed to be leading. I've got a 101 target for GDX here, and this indicator looks really good, trending upwards off of this low back in well, shoot, that was yeah, no, October, November. Um, for GDX. This is the gold mining ETF of what would be the larger cap gold miners. The other one is GDXJ, which is more of a mid cap. It's basically the same pattern. GDXJ, I think just hit a target, or excuse me, yeah, GDXJ just hit a target right on the mark, 128.94, and I think that was the high right here, but I think that's going to change tomorrow. And that's based on this big ABC, starting here, A, up here to B, and then down here to the C. So this a big A move, a correction, and then the C gives us this extended price. So back here, if you drew this in here, you could actually be really confident in this move because the market is just so strong as world events and world trading goes on. So let's take another look at the leverage positions, and I'm in these things. JNUG, um, this has moved from these lows 124 to 259. It's literally doubled from October. And I would be actually open to buying something like this if I didn't have any. It's almost like the roaring bull market of the 2000s. So here we go. JNUG on the ABC is also right at a target. Again, back here, if you called this a low here and you measured this ABC move here, you could confidently have, you know, made all that 120 some down 262 minus 124 is 140 points. Unfortunately, in years past, I would usually have several hundred of these shares, but unfortunately, I traded out. And I'm my cost basis on these I think is in here somewhere, but I only have 100 shares. And that's when you're buying and you're spending 12 grand, that was my goal to spend 12 to 13,000 per 100 shares on the JNUG down in here, which I was able to acquire. So the next one, now the JNUG associates with GDXJ. And then we look NUGT. We looked at that. And Nugget again is at a target. So um, it's very likely with the move in gold and silver that we looked at just a few minutes ago that JNUG's going to start a new leg up. And we can measure some of these moves if we want to. So here's a BC leg is what you look for. And then, according to Rick, you go to the one-off low. So this would be the one-off low. Rick Ackerman taught us this hidden pivot thing, but it's really just Fibonacci extensions, nothing new. Um, so here we go. If we measure that move, we still get 233 on a shorter term basis by measuring just this ABC. So I would say that we're in good shape. They say there's going to be a huge correction. I'm not sure when that's going to start. or how far down it's going to go. I think there's too many shorts that need to cover that. I'm sure that some bank is going to have to be bailed out for their short positions. Excuse me. Okay, so I covered the gold silver ratio chart, which is simply the gold divided by silver. It tells you how many ounces of silver are needed to buy 1 ounce of gold. And let me see if I can pause for a second here. Resume. All right. On your screen is a portfolio that I started in August of 25. I'm not sure what day, but I screened out all my favorite gold stocks that I screen on the FinViz program, and we can see how well this Hycroft Mining is done. That's now a 40% owned by Sprott out of Canada. The portfolio put $2,000 in at an average cost of 383. What was I thinking? The current price is 34.63 for an 800% gain in Hycroft. Now, next one down is TRX. That's one that I own, and I don't know if I'm up 174%. Um, so I'm kind of happy because a lot of these stocks are ones that I am actually in with my friends Wade and Jack and Rose, my trading buddies for over 20 years. So I've got TRX, IAUX, Goro, I have IAG, and I think a little New Gold. So all of these gold stocks, I mean, look, you have a 45-degree angled move on these pups. I have a PDF of this portfolio that I'm going to email out to everybody. And we can look at these stocks in the screener on FinViz. This is all a free service. Um, but I wanted to show you guys the charts of, let's see, we'll do this by market cap. So the big boys will be first, and then we'll look at the charts and see how well these issues, these stocks have done. It's almost as time keeps going by and they keep just moving up and up. Um, it's just a mind blow. So these are the big caps, Newmont, $124 billion, AEM, Agnico Eagle Mines, 99 billion. 82 for Barrick, 61. And this is just a smidget. It's such a small market, the gold stocks, compared to, I mean, all of these stocks could fit into 1/4 of the $4 trillion that you have in NVIDIA. So most of these stocks are undervalued. They're starting to get discovered. A lot of these names I have, and I had just to give some history was I really cut my teeth back in 2011, 2010, 2011, and caught that bull market in gold and silver, and managed to basically 10x one of my accounts because I was so mad at the money I lost during the dot-com thing. as I got back into things, I discovered gold at like 400 bucks and I didn't get my physical until 7 or 900 bucks. If you sit around in this move here, the market gets away from you. And if you sit here and aren't in, I just can't believe the pain that I'd be going through if I'd sit there with my thumb in my mouth and not own these things. So even on AGQ, I bought some at 210. I chased it. Suffered a little drawdown, but now it's 260. So buy high and buy higher. Um, so these little guys, you buy them down here in the 50, 60 cent range and you buy 10,000 shares for 5 grand, 6 grand. You got 16 grand here. Okay, what else is out there? And so silver's 94 bucks. Can you imagine that? How that could happen so quickly? We've gone from the breakout at 50 where everybody was like, it's done, it's over, and we're going to be doubling 100% in the matter of a couple of months. Let's see what else. Let's just go through the larger screens. Here is silver on a very short-term basis. These lines here are what's known as the VWAP, volume weighted average price, I think, something like that. Uh, SIL is the 1,000 ounce contract slash SIL. And here again, on the 2 hour chart, we're getting a buy signal. On the 4 hour chart, this is a really nice pullback and a cross back up. Um, and then this is AGQ, but it's not open yet. It's probably going to open up in here. Again, the 1 hour is really nice, nice and low. Same for the 4 hour. All right. Let's look at these. These are internals. I don't need to go over these right now. I'm not involved with the general markets much. Again, that's Nugget. And we can see here, nice thing about Thinkorswim is you can actually see the trades going off. Um, and this is the volume, the number of contracts people are doing. So gold popped up yesterday, and it's kind of interesting. It's just leveled off here. So we have an equilibrium of buyers and sellers. Silver wants to break out again. It wants to lead. This is SIL moving up. Okay, next charts. All right, so these are the gold stocks that we looked at, IAG, WPM, Royalty Company, Our Gold. I have all these are all stocks that I own on my portfolio. They're basically 6 to 12 plus $1,000 positions. And here's Todd's UURAF. This is a rare minerals kind of play. It looks quite good, but I think the money's in the leveraged funds for me. Good job, Todd. So what else? Our gold, you know, which will be the first one to make it to 300 or 1,000. Can you imagine a gold royalty company trading at $1,000? Well, if Google can do it, we can do it. The other interesting thing too is JP Morgan and these big monster advisors are now saying allocate 20-25% to gold and reduce your weighting on bonds. It used to be 60-40, right? 60% stocks, 40% bonds. Well, you don't want to be in bonds when interest rates are rising and you have a huge amount of risk in the debt of the United States. So what could happen? We just don't know. Obviously, if we look at AGQ on on a daily basis, the zigzags of the true strength index that I have and I use all the time, it's, wall of worry, fear is what I'm looking at because this daily true strength index is super high. Will we get another wave like this? It'll probably do that, but it's going to be sideways. And it looks like maybe this move right here, oops, was this sideways move. And I'm at 30 minutes. I'm hearing my grandson, Alex, with pride and joy. I'm going to go out and see him, get my chores started, and will bid you adieu. Again, you can reach me at 907-830-8198. If you want to learn more about all this stuff, feel free to call.